Let's get this thing rolling.
2,000 feet above Hawaii. The winds brutal, the terrain impossible.
Coming in fast.
And every second
anything can happen to anybody at any time.
is a matter of life and death.
I got him. He's right over here.
This is Maui Chopper.
Hawaii's wild. I literally flew around here for a year, scared to death. Here we go.
Tonight on Maui Chopper.
They're ready. They're giving me the sign.
A hiker suffers a serious head injury.
I hope this girl's okay.
Fire pushes the pilots to their limits.
We're just getting a call now that the house is now on fire.
Oh, God. We need whatever we can get out here, like, quick.
Windward Aviation is home to the pilots of Maui Chopper. Don Shearer has owned Windward since 1990 with his wife Donna.
All I know is you're out playing, I'm out working. That's usually the way it is.
Get to work then.
That is bull.
Together, they have turned their company into one of the elite helicopter units in the world.
I was the president of this company. My wife's the president now. We've been through a lot. I can't tell you how many times Donna has picked me up and put the pieces back together again.
Due to the dangerous flying conditions on Maui, the fire department uses Windward Aviation for 90% of its chopper-related emergencies.
That involves anything from firefighting to body recovery, searching for missing hikers, kayakers.
Don's one of the best pilots, and I'm not saying this because he's my husband. He's probably gone 21,000 hours now. But that's a heck of a career, you know, and safely too.
A female hit her head on a rock and is in shock at this time.
Out trying to grab lunch, Don hears a call coming into the fire department.
The party is standing by at the upper parking lot of Yale Valley.
And Air One is standing by. I'm available whenever you guys need me.
Rescue 10, the fire department's search and rescue unit, is already staging at the command post.
Just got the information from the parties that reported her injuries, laceration on her forehead. She might have been lost consciousness.
In this terrain, walking a victim out on a stretcher is impossible.
Air One would be our quickest way to get in there.
Air One's on the go.
I heard that she was going into shock and she was in and out of consciousness. There's times you're the only person on the planet that has any control over whether or not that person lives or dies.
Don must attach the rescue crew to the end of a 150-foot line. He will then fly them in to begin work on the victim. The fire captain will fly with Don and oversee the rescue.
The victim in sight.
The drop point couldn't be worse. It's a narrow, windy tunnel with high trees on either side.
You're in a single-engine helicopter. You got people hanging below you. You got people in the aircraft. It's not a good deal if something goes wrong.
Don lowers two rescuers on the end of a line.
What your eyes tell your mind is dependent upon the available light that's happening at that moment in time. Is he really 1 foot above the ground, or is he 5 feet above the ground?
Don manages to safely drop them only inches from the female hiker. He returns to the landing zone to pick up the final rescuer, as well as the basket that will airlift the victim to safety.
I'm gonna fly back in there with all the equipment to package her up and bring her out.
Just about everybody that's on the end of that rope are friends of mine, people I've known for 20 years, and I know their kids, I know their wives, I know their whole story.
Here we go, you guys.
1, touchdown.
The rescue crew carefully but quickly secures her to the stretcher for the airlift.
They're ready. They're giving me the sign. Here we go. Command, victim has been packaged, ready to get hooked up. We'll be down shortly.
Air 1, command copy. We'll be securing the LZ area.
Don begins the most crucial part of the rescue.
Half a second lapse in concentration, and someone that's suspended 100 feet below you, you can accelerate them into 5 or 10 miles an hour of momentum like that.
In 50-mile-an-hour winds, he must keep the injured woman from crashing into anything as he lifts her out. Coming up next, the most difficult part of the rescue, lifting the wounded hiker from a treacherous rock canyon in deadly winds.
I'm just going to kind of keep it slow here.
And later, fire season kicks into high gear.
Holy, how long has this thing been burning? This thing's only been going for about 30 minutes.
A 29-year-old hiker has fallen to the bottom of a raging river canyon. Fighting 50-mile-an-hour winds, pilot Don Shearer is in a race to save her life.
Here we go. I just got a little wind whipped over here. I don't know which way the wind's coming from right now. I'm just going to kind of keep it slow here. Nice. You rotated perfect right out of that hole. Thank you, brother.
When you put somebody on the end of the rope, you don't want to fly them any higher, faster, or further than you need to. I mean, you're picking somebody up in a life and death situation. That's traumatic as hell to begin with, but let alone the trauma of being very injured.
The victim has suffered a severe head injury. A soft landing is critical.
I'm looking at the spot that I have to take that person to. You've got the wind, you know, there's a lot going on. And you can slam them on the ground if you're not paying attention.
I hope this girl's okay.
It's so gratifying to actually go out there and pick someone up and rescue them.
Don's work is done. The victim eventually regained consciousness and is on her way to a complete recovery.
Well, your boys did a good job, brother. Thanks to the help of you. Well, everybody.
Don heads back to pick up the remaining crew members.
Okay, going, bro, going. Should I drag our guys through the trees, or? Definitely. No, I cannot, bro. It's against my nature. But I can sure dunk him on this nude dude over here. Bro, there's a nude guy on the rock just laying out. You see him down there? Yes, I do. See Pete just laughing on this. Oh, brother. Woohoo!
The crew here at Windward is quite interesting. Pete Voorhees is my chief pilot.
Right on. Hi, I'm Peter.
Rachel, nice to meet you.
Hi.
Crystal, nice to meet you.
Rachel and Crystal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful pilot, skilled, personable. He's a great guy.
Don's given Pete the tough task of taking swimsuit models to a remote location for a photo shoot. Lucky Pete.
Okay. You guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Roger.
Roger.
Over and out.
Alrighty, gang, we're coming up. The beauty of the helicopter, it allows us to get into places that are almost totally inaccessible.
I'm like happy to be on the ground right now.
How was that for you?
I'm normally not scared of things, but that was kind of scary for me.
Very nice. Yeah, I like the hair up. That was good. Turn towards me.
It's really kind of neat. It gives you the chance to feel literally like you're the first person that's ever been in some of these spots.
There you go. That's it. That's it. Yeah, give me a pouty look. There you go. We got the shot.
You got your deal?
No, we got the shot.
Up next, a fire threatens to engulf a neighborhood.
I can see the house that's on fire. Oh, God, we need whatever we can get out here, like, quick.
Got a fire in Wailea. They thought they had it under control, and the captain down there has requested additional assistance from everybody on the island. This is a big thing.
The fire is still fired right now.
Where's the golf cart?
We have several calls complaining it's dangerously close to their houses, that it's 10 feet from their homes.
Threatening a pile of houses. We're getting overrun down there, it sounds like.
I love firefighting. I absolutely live for it. Fires create a mad panic anywhere. Whenever something on fire, the deal is we want to get it out.
Tower, Maui, Air 1 east ramp, we're ready to go southeast, and Air 1 is lifting. Air 1's on the go. And you can see the smoke in front of us. This is a problem area for water. There's not a lot of close water sources. The ocean is pretty far.
We're just getting a call now that the house is now on fire.
I can see the house that's on fire. I'm just going to end up dipping out of swimming pools.
There's a lot of people that have run into trees fighting fires. They're looking so much down at the fire that they're trying to put out that they lose the situational awareness necessary to be safe.
Don, there's a column of smoke flaring the highway.
Oh, God, it's running. We need Air 2 and 3 out here right now. We need to get a hold of my guys. I don't know where that came from.
And the wind blew some burning embers into another area, and it started what became the fire.
Flames have crossed over the highway and now threaten another neighborhood.
We need all of our resources at this time.
There's always dicey times in every fire where it can turn and really sneak up and bite you.
We need whatever we can get out here. We need whatever we can get out here, like, quick.
Back at Windward, having completed his mission with the swimsuit models, Pete readies Air 2 for launch.
With the wind-driven fires, speed is of the essence to get as much equipment on it as we can quickly.
While Pete races to the fire, Gus, a former Army pilot toughened by 30 years of flying,
Air 3, ready for immediate departure.
lifts off with Air 3.
I've flown in some of the most severe areas of the world. Hawaii can be a very dangerous place.
As Don's backup flies to the scene, he struggles to control the fire on his own.
There's a lot of unburned fuel. It hasn't burned here for 20 years, I don't think.
Fires don't really burn in a round circle. They will develop flanks, and the flanks will progress towards the head of the fire.
looking out there?
Yeah, it's not good. There's like 3 heads right now, and it's not good.
Don, it's Pete.
Don's backup, Pete and Gus, arrive at the blaze.
Holy crap, how long has this thing been burning?
This thing's only been going for about 30 minutes.
With the fire heading in several different directions, it's up to the pilots of Windward Aviation to stop it.
There's about a half a mile of fire here.
Holy.
We might be able to get some damage done with 3 of us here.
All 3 pilots begin an all-out assault on the blaze.
With 3 helicopters, you can really do some damage quickly, especially if water's close by.
If we could just tag team with some ground units, it'd be really good.
The pilots pull from every pool they can find.
I got you down. I'll fall in behind you.
With the fire now moving into the surrounding hills, the ground crews have a problem.
Command, fire has jumped at the access road where the helicopter is right now, and we can't stop it. We're out of water.
Up next, the fire rages into the night, and the pilots struggle to avoid disaster.
Now you got me inside, Pete?
Yeah, I'm behind you.
No, you're not.
A brush fire is racing through the hills of Maui. 3 rescue choppers are on the scene. The ground units have emptied their mobile water tanks. An hour into the battle, the pilots are in a race against the clock.
We've got about an hour of daylight left. When it gets dark here, it gets really dark. Working in close proximity to the terrain is not the kind of flying you want to do at night.
We do very little flying at night. Single pilot at night in the mountains without visual reference to the surface is just too dangerous.
So I don't know how you feel about night.
It's really stupid. I've scared the hell out of myself enough to know that you don't need to be doing that at night.
It's totally up at our discretion.
Everything's calculated. There's an acceptable level of risk in everything that we do. It's only as dangerous as the pilots will allow it to become.
When you're looking at the risk versus the reward, that's a constant struggle that we always deal with as pilots.
Well, everybody get a good view of where any wires are before it starts getting dark.
All 3 pilots decide to continue fighting the blaze. With 3 choppers in the air and almost no visibility, the pilots stay in constant communication.
I got you down. I'll fall in behind you.
Okay, and where's Gus?
Okay, boss. There's power lines on the north side, so be aware of that.
Okay. Wow, this is perfect. A lit pool.
Down. I'll fall in behind you.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, baby. Where are you right now, Gus?
Just doing the other pool. I'm behind you.
Okay, you're behind me then?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just do the lead then.
My single #1 fear is a midair. Having something happen where somebody comes out of somewhere that I don't know they are. There are very few situations where aircraft come together in the sky and people survive.
Okay, Don, I got you in the red. Gus, I got you in the one up on top. I'll follow you, Gus. Don, I'm behind Gus.
Okay, I'm gonna go between the 2 of you. You got me inside, Pete?
Yeah, I'm behind you.
No, you're not. You're in front of me.
Down at the bottom of the fire right now.
Yeah, I'm off to your right.
Having flown for over 2.5 hours and fought hard to avoid disaster, the pilots' efforts have paid off.
This fire's almost out. We almost got it. It's pretty much controlled right now.
Copy, thank you.
Having saved dozens of homes, Don's crew heads home. The next day revealed just how close this neighborhood came to disaster.
It was a little nerve-wracking at first. This fire had the potential to do some damage. I jumped into it real quick, and once we got 2 more helicopters on it, we were able to tag team, and we got it pretty good. I'm glad we got this one.